California is maybe less than 1,000 acres left. Used to be 50, 60,000. Yeah, they're
Wow.
basically disappeared. A lot of the asparagus now is coming out Mexico and Peru. Peru is really heavy on them. Mexico, they almost, I'll say 9 months out of year now. Used to be the only seasonal. So they're pushing their season a little bit longer. And it's causing local asparagus grower really the headaches, basically. Because they get, when you bump in with them, you can't really compete with them.
Why is that? Why can't you compete with that asparagus?
A good example is Mexico pay a day per worker. We pay by pound per worker. So if you pay X amount of money here, and they're paying say $12 a day there, and I'm paying.
That's it?
That's it. 12 to 15 bucks max. And plus they have unlimited resource of workers. In Yakima, Washington, we have short workers. You beg for them to come and work. You know, that's a big difference.
And people in Mexico are making $12 a day. How much can your workers make doing, picking asparagus or working in asparagus here?
Well, I gotta go to my calculation on my head. Average, say 350, 400 pounds, maybe 500 pounds a day. I need to look. You probably average $200 to $300 a day.
So more like 20 times as much money.
Oh, it's unthinkable. So that's why we're saying, I mean, when the grocery store is selling all this for 6-7 months, less when we come in as locally, it's like a shock. I mean, it's like, wow, it's a big difference. And I don't know as a farmer if there's an answer, but there should be a difference locally. I mean, you asked me where the asparagus grown in states. California used to be heavy. Us used to be heavy. I mean, in Yakima and Tri-Cities in the Walla Walla County, I'll say used to be, say 10, 15 years ago, about 15, 16,000 acres. Maybe about 4 or 5 now. Michigan, Grand Rapids area, they grow asparagus. New Jersey grow a lot of them too. You know, and that's why local growers were whining and complaining because we can't compete with Mexico or Peru.
It's crazy to think about that can be grown so much cheaper that far away and then hauled here.
Far away, with all the logistic now, if I'm the buyer, I can buy asparagus in Mexico in 3 to 5 days it'll be here.
Wow.
It's fast. It's not what people think.
So what do the stores and the food companies say then when you come in? They're like, yeah, nah, we don't want to do that price. We can get it cheaper in Peru.
It happened a lot. It happened more than what people think. But local stores, they still support us. But we gotta ask the consumer that there's gonna be a shock. When local comes, it's a shock on the price because it will dictate local price compared to the Mexico-Peru price. I mean, because it's just the labor, it just costs us so much.
What's the difference in the product, would you say? Is your asparagus better?
It's always better locally because if like I told you, 4 to 5 days transportation. By the time they pick it, you're about 10 days out, right? So asparagus is one of those things. Every day you lose the freshness of the product. Every day. Asparagus, cherries, or anything that you grow, because the farther they travel, the farther you lose. It's called they get dehydrated. But the asparagus that you locally, they're always sweeter. And we do all the food safety stuff too. That this stuff, it's good for you. It's not like we just grow them and throw them in there and just start coming up every day.
Do they follow those rules though in Peru or Mexico or wherever else?
I've never been on the farm down there, so I cannot tell you. I mean, every country have separate rules, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think yes, they can ban them. Maybe I don't know. I can't say or nay. I don't want to. I think it's the only thing I know that they have advantage than us. They have unlimited workers. They pay $12 to $15 a day. I got to fight with my orchard neighbors, my hop neighbors, and my farm, row crop farming in United States or in state of Washington is probably one of the hardest farm that you cross to.
Yeah.
It's a non-stop work. It's quiet here, you see right now, but if you come here July 10th through September, it's like a zoo.
Yeah.
This place is full of with watermelon. That place is full of corn, tomatoes, bell pepper. I mean, we feed a lot of people. A lot of people. A lot of people don't really realize that when we, as a farmer, row crop growers, we don't get a lot of, what's that called, respect, I guess? Or we don't even exist sometimes. If you look, people think that the farm, orchard, hops, cherries, apples, they promote those things so heavy. But if you go to the stores, 60-70% of the product you see, it's on my farm. You gotta have my tomatoes, you gotta have my corn, you gotta have my all the stuff. The thing is, it takes a lot of people to pick it.
Yeah.
This year, a lot of my big account, they tell me to what's the words? Be efficient. Well, how are you gonna be efficient picking asparagus? You gotta pick them every day. And you're only talking about 200 acres. We're not like 10,000 acres that you can buy a machine that you can do it robotically. We don't have that kind of money like a lot of the warehouses have. So, I mean, we need people. And plus, we're employing people locally, that they just try to make a living.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the key is. We just try to make a living. The goal is we want to feed a lot of people in the Northwest, good produce. And I'm a proud American farmer.